Hey everybody, it is VapinJenn again, and I know 2 in 1 day. I am on the ball. Today I wanted to talk about, it's been about 2.5 weeks that I got from Horizontech the new Krixus. Now, this was the pre-release. I know they are out for sale now, and a lot of I know one shop here locally carries it and stuff like that. But I'm going to be able to tell you a little bit about what I have found out, some little hints and tricks to help you with it. My particular Krixus only came with one coil. It was packaged. There was not one inside. But I do believe that the production run that are now going to the sites where you can purchase these at have an extra coil head. So, goody for you guys. I'm trying to get another coil head. So, here's the Krixus. Here's the box. And it's supposed to be reusable, high temperature, durable ceramic coil head. It's a top fill with a 4 ml capacity. Now, I don't have the Krixus obviously in the box, but I am going to show you. Here's the box here. It had a little band on it that said Krixus from Horizon. On the back, it gives you a little bit of detail. There is a thing for authenticity, and they also have a UR code that you can scan in with your computer or your cell phones. Now, when you open this up, you have your tank here, obviously. This is where the replacement coil head would be. And they send you extra glass, some extra rubber, O-rings, things like that. And they send you the pre-cut size that you're going to need of Japanese cottons to rewrap this. Now, on the card, first off, it was very tiny, tiny, tiny writing. And I know you guys, a lot of people follow me. If you follow me on Instagram, I put up pictures of it when I got it. And so I'm going to read a little bit off this so that it's correct. It says resistant is a 0.3 plus minus ohm coil. The heating part is made of tungsten wire. The resistance will increase when the temperature rises, or the resistance will decrease when the temperature drops, which is the character of tungsten. And then what's on top of that is a ceramic material that they have heated up a few times over 24 hours and let it set. I have one that I kind of snarfed out of my friend's box, but I'm going to put it in his tank. This is what the coil head looks like. Just like this. And this top piece here screws off. Now I'm not going to screw it off because it's already filled and ready to go. It's got great juice holes on the side, so you would do your normal drops through the side, drop a few down the center. When you are changing this out, this piece here tends to pop off, so be careful you don't lose that while you're rewrapping. Kind of hold it like this. Now, the other thing you need to know about it is that there is a ramp up period for this to heat, but it's very, very minor. Now, as compared to the Altus, which was $125 with the chipset, and I had tried that, and the ramp up was so long you could definitely tell. Now, on my 200 watt DNA box mod, I can tell that it takes a little bit to ramp up, but it's like a few seconds, so it's not like hours to ramp up, or like 30 seconds or anything like that. It's pretty quick to ramp up. I'm using the eFusion DNA 200 with it right now. And it has been on here since I got it. I've used a lot of different liquids. It says it can go up to, I believe, 100 watts. But I have not. I've kind of pushed it up to 90 and I didn't get any dry hits. It's just I don't vape that high. So, this is kind of a new thing. They're saying that this coil head will last 6 months. I've wrapped it now once. So there is a trick to wrapping it that I want to share with you. But here is the Horizontech Krixus Tank. And it has a top fill design. Here is, it takes a while to screw off this. It is a fixed pin on the bottom. It has great airflow. You can open it wide open, and there are 4 places throughout. I keep mine about halfway, just because that's how I vape. I like a little tighter vape. Another thing is, I keep mine right around 50 watts. It gets hot quick, and so when I was doing it the 90, this is a metal drip tip. It's your standard 510 drip tip, so you can switch it out. And if you're going to be vaping higher, I would recommend that you do. Only because, like I said, I burned my lip and had a sore for a while. Was not pleasant. So that may be something I do change. So, as everything else, you have to flip it over, you unscrew it, the coil, and this piece here screws off. And it screws off counterclockwise, and then screws back on. It's like reverse screwing. Anyway. And no, that's not a bad word. I'm not saying a bad word. But what I found is that the first time I try to wrap it, because they say you're supposed to, and in here they give you 4 pieces of Japanese cotton that are pre-cut to the size you need. So I'm going to pull one out. I have 2 left because I messed up on the first one. This is the trick that I found that you really need to do. As we all know, Japanese cotton has a harder outer surface on both the top and the bottom. My recommendation is, and how this worked absolutely perfect for me yesterday, is to remove just the very outside layer right here of the cotton, this piece. And I toss it away. That way you have still the one piece like that on the top, and then you wet this. And then you would wrap it around the coil while it's wet, nice and tight, and then you can screw the other piece back in. If you use with this, it's too wide, and you can break the ceramic coil trying to get that top back on. Like I said, it took me a couple tries, and then once you're done with these pieces that they send you, you're going to need to cut them to this exact size. But we all have Japanese cotton, and it's not like rocket science how to do it. So, but this is the size you're going to need in the future, after you go through what's in the box. And like I said, they send you 4 pieces already cut. But please take that one part off and make sure you wet it with whatever your new juice is going to be. And it really does help make it a nice tight round area. The other thing about it is that once you remove the old wrapping, you would screw that bottom base piece in, and you dry fire. And what that does is, because that ceramic coil becomes black from whatever juice you're using, and then as you fire it, it burns it all off and it turns all white again. And that's when you know it's good and you can rewrap it. It's kind of complicated in a sense, but honestly, the flavor and the clouds that I've gotten out of this have been phenomenal. I have to say 2 thumbs up on this Krixus Tank. I absolutely love it. Well, I just rewicked this coil last night. I should have done it on air and filmed it, but I didn't. So I have in here, what am I vaping on? Oh, 3 locals. That's right. I have the 3 locals in here. Great flavor. This is the landslide that's in here. So let me take a vape. Now, like I said, I'm using my DNA 200. Hold on. My Tinkerbell's coming up. And it's set at 50 watts. So there it is. And it shows the ohms starting at 0.5, which is my area. Now, the ohms do fluctuate. As the coil starts to go bad, it'll get a little bit higher, and that's when you know you need to kind of replace your cotton, or if you get, you know, your burnt taste. So here we go. Let's take a vape. I have to say, like I said, I love it. You have tons of little holes here for the juice to really get in there, and great airflow. So here we go. That's at 50 watts, folks. I was sitting here vaping it last night, chain vaping. My husband walked in the bedroom and went, ah, because I had really fogged it up. But I love it. And here is your, it's very easy to fill. It's just your screw top here. And you've got 2 little slots. It's kind of hard to see, so I don't dump my juice, but there's a larger slot and a smaller slot depending on which one you have for your dripper to reload. And then this screws back right back on top, just like that, and boom, you're ready to go. Oh, the flavor is so wonderful on this thing. I love it. And as you know, for me, I'm a chain vapor, so I don't, the ramp up time does not bother me. When it's been sitting, if it's really cold in the room, I notice the ramp. But if it's, you know, used within a little bit of time, you really don't notice it. So yeah, this thing is great, and it's reasonably priced. I've seen them anywhere from $25 to $35 depending on where you go. Replacement coils, I don't know what the prices are. I haven't seen that yet. But you, the consumer, are now getting 2 coils. So it should last you a year. It may for some, and it may not be for others. I'm a very heavy vapor, so it may not be a year for me. Or even the 6 months. But I'm going to keep going, and we'll keep you guys posted. Now, down in the description, I will give you a link directly to Horizontech, and you can get all the information. They have the stats, the height. I mean, it looks beautiful on my mod. And it comes in either black or it comes in silver. So you have 2 choices. I absolutely adore this little device. It is fantastic. It's been what I've been going to pretty much all the time. I don't usually take my DNA 200 out very often, so But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember, vape and breathe, because with vaping we can breathe a hell of a lot better. And also, if you are a vapor, you are old enough to be voting, so vote. We have tons of seats coming up available. We have the presidency. Governors are up for grabs, legislators, senators. Find out what's happening in your state and make a difference. Also, please go to the No More Casualty site. I will put that link down there too. Wonderful information that you can print up, take to your local vape shops, and they can hand it out to people, because people want that information in their hand. Because I talked to my dad last night and he's like, but propylene glycol is in antifreeze. And I said, do you know propylene glycol is in your drops that you're putting in your drink? And you're breathing it every day when you go to the hospital, because my dad's sick. And he's like, really? And I'm like, mm-hmm. So there's so many misconceptions. We have a lot of good research out there now that is pointing good into our direction. So let's get out there and tell the truth. And also check out A Billion Lives, because I'm not going to be a casualty of big tobacco anymore. I'm done. And I have to say, I'm so proud my husband has started vaping along with using the Chantix, which I disagreed with, but that's a personal decision he made. But as of today, he took a vape mod and is going to be vaping because he wants to be around for me, and so do I want him to be around. So those are good things, guys. So I love you all. I will see you on the next review. And remember, if you have any questions, my email is right down at the bottom, or you can contact me through all my social media sites. Have a great afternoon, and I'll see you in the next video.